Lakers Nation, what is going on, guys? So I know there's been lots of whispers, rumors and buzz and pure speculation about Time Lord Robert Williams III, the backup center for the Portland Trailblazers, pretty much being linked to the Los Angeles Lakers in a trade. I did make a video on him yesterday, but if you guys want to go check it out, I definitely, will put the links down in the description. I did make a whole entire breakdown. Actually, it's my longest video on this channel. It's not even close. I'm pretty sure it was like around 26 or 6 minutes. But today I do want to keep it, very short, sweet, and simple. But we're going to be talking about a trade idea between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Portland Trailblazers, how it really, work. But the Lakers are obviously the front runners to land him in a potential trade. Like you see from gambling websites, BetUS, I'm pretty sure, sports websites having him being, the best odds. I would just keep an eye out on him. But at the end of the day, like, I really don't believe what's out there, what they're putting, because this is coming from Per Bavada Official, and I really don't believe anything he does put out. Maybe this is just for, clicks and views, because anytime they name a player, it doesn't matter. It could be every single player in the NBA. They're always going to put the Lakers in it, like, no matter what. Obviously, we're the biggest brand, like the biggest name, even in sports, history, not just basketball. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's going to draw attention, and obviously there's going to be narratives, right? But before I get straight into the video, guys, I got you guys covered. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm going to break it down. But I'd really appreciate if you guys can smash the subscribe button as well. We're on the road to 4K subs. Like, I'm really trying to reach my next milestone, my goal. I can't do it without you guys' support. So the grind is just never going to stop. I'm going to keep working and pushing whatever goal I try to reach, even if it's, 5K subs, 6, 7, 8K, 9K, 10K. Like, I'm really trying to grow this page and get it to a bigger community and other platforms. But just make sure you guys keep respectful in the comment section down below. What if you guys are a new viewer of mine and just checking out my page for the first time? Like, I really appreciate that a lot. If you guys just want to hear me talk Lakers basketball, that's what I really do all day, if not almost every single day. I just talk hoops. And if you guys are OG subscribers, just comment down. I'm definitely looking forward to, shout you guys out and pin your username. So don't forget to remind me, because I might forget. Like, I have lots of things in my mind. And also, follow my socials. Like, the links will be down in the description if you guys want to stay connected with me. You guys don't have to, follow it and check it out, but I'm just letting you know. And also, turn on the notification bell as well, because that is very, very important, especially if you guys want to stay, like, notified or updated, whatever news I cover, if it's, trades, updates, free agency signings, whatever the case may be. But, man, oh man, like, there's just been lots of noise and just nuances involving my Los Angeles Lakers. And I know Bob Owens did post, Marcus Smart, story, on the Los Angeles Lakers and stuff like that. Him following, Luka Doncic, Jared Vanderbilt, and stuff like that. Like, I would take everything with a grain of salt, but I think it's something. Like, it's not nothing. But at the end of the day, this is just speculation. This could just be talk. Like, we don't know. I know the Lakers are just having discussions. Rob Pelinka, our GM, is doing his job. Like, he has to do his due diligence. Like, be patient. Like, you can't just force a trade just to do one. Like, I'd rather have the Lakers not make a trade just to make a trade. No trade is better than bad trade. Like, I mentioned it yesterday's video. Like, I'm going to keep repeating it myself. But obviously, if you want this player now, then it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost a price, because no team is one to help the Los Angeles Lakers. I do think getting a backup center is a necessity. I mean, Rob Williams will be a great backup. Like, he's a lob threat. He's vertical. He's athletic. Like, he's a pretty good passer as a big man. But the only concern with him is that he's just injury prone. Like, he tore a ligament, and I'm pretty sure in his right knee. Like, he had surgery. He's only played around 20 games this past season, 2024-25. But the previous season, his first year, I believe, was like 2023-24 with the Portland Trailblazers. Ever since getting traded from the Boston Celtics, he only played around 6 games. So that's a concern. I mean, he has illnesses. Like, he's dealt with it. Most likely, he's probably, if not going to be like the fourth, big, fourth string center on the Portland Trailblazers. I mean, you got Donovan Cleveland. He's going to be their full-time starter. You also got Duop Reef. Like, he's a nice stretch big. Like, he can space out the floor a little bit. And he just, traded up in the draft to go get Hanson Yang, the 7 foot, like 2 or 7'3" center from China. Obviously, the Memphis Grizzlies did have the 16th overall pick, but they traded it to, the Portland Trailblazers. So he probably wants to go to a contending team, named like the Los Angeles Lakers. Doesn't have to be the Lakers. Like, it could be other teams that are in true contention. Like, no team is willing to budge for at least a first-round pick. But let's just focus on the trade. So this is coming from Jake, Weinbach. Obviously, the Lakers will be receiving Rob Williams, a third Time Lord, while the Portland Trailblazers, on the other end, they'll be receiving Maxwell Kleber, who's 33 years of age. He has like one more year left in his deal, expiring $11 million, while you'll be receiving also young prospect Dalton Knecht, a 2032 second-round pick via Los Angeles Lakers. So he says it's unclear if Portland is currently entertaining offers, but the Lakers have reportedly inquired about Robert Williams. Once again, just because you inquire doesn't mean he's going to be available. And the Lakers have touched base, like they've been talking with the Portland Trailblazers, even dating back to the trade line and the offseason. Now, however, I did see recent reports before, Dalton Knecht Summer League, and this was coming from Lakers, insider reporter Jovan Bullock, because he works really closely with the organization, that like there's just no team, or there's a few teams that really don't value Dalton Knecht as a first-round pick. Like, they really don't, because of his performance in the Summer League. Hopefully the Lakers can trade him by training camp before, but if they can't and you have to hold on to him, then hopefully he breaks out of his slump and he plays better in the preseason, because that would just tell you a lot. But obviously, the Lakers are trying to work on a consolidation trade. I'm pretty sure it was involving Maxwell Kleber and Dalton Knecht. Like, I really don't want a consolidation trade unless you're getting players back. I just didn't want it to be like, matching salaries or just giving up a pick swap or a second-round pick. I'd much rather get players, or unless you reroute them to another team. But the Lakers have like 14 players on guaranteed contracts. However, they do have an open roster spot. I believe they're going to have to fill in that 15, so we'll see. They did bring in some players on Exhibit 10 deals. You got RJ Davis. You got, Eric Dixon, and, other players. I'm pretty sure there's a guy that does play for, St. Mary's? I can't remember the team. Or was it SMU? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know the Lakers have signed some guys for Exhibit 10 deals. Doesn't mean they're going to make the roster. It's just that they're playing for a two-way contract, so they're going to have to prove themselves. At least they're getting a training camp invite. But obviously, like, I really want, Dalton Knecht gone. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, because at first I didn't. But the Lakers are win now. Well, like, they're in a situation where it's like, you know what, you have to maximize Luka Doncic, while else you got LeBron James. I know there's been, murmurs and rumors and buzz about LeBron James leaving the Los Angeles Lakers, like him getting bought out. Like, no team wants to trade for him. Like, I think it's actually crazy when you're talking about LeBron James, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And, here the Dallas Mavericks, the Golden State Warriors, the Clippers, the Knicks. Like, you're hearing a lot of these, teams being linked to the Los Angeles Lakers, but I'm going to be the first one. I'm just going to shut down the LeBron James, trade rumors. I think it's just noise. Like, they're just trying to drag it, like, the narrative. But I know I'm a little bit off topic, but, I'd probably do this trade. But the only thing about Robert Williams is that he's undersized. He's listed at 6'9". He does weigh about 249 pounds. There are some websites where it does say that he does weigh about 241 pounds, depending where you're looking at. But I did try to include Jrue Holiday in the trade, but the Lakers are really trying to preserve cap space for 2027. At first it was 2026, and then it moved to 2027. So they're trying to clear up lots of cap space. Like, Austin Reaves doesn't really make sense, because he's going to be demanding at least 30 plus million, if not 40 to at least 50 million, and you're probably gonna have to pay him for at least 4 years. So he doesn't really make too much sense if the Lakers are trying to preserve cap space unless they do trade him. Who knows? But for right now, he's on our team. Like, he's gonna be testing the free agency market in 2026. But the Lakers, they're gonna have to be patient. Like, they're gonna have to work on some trades. But Jrue Holiday, he's making around $32.4 million, and he has like 3 years left on his deal. Like, that's not gonna work if you want to preserve cap space. Like, is it worth it? Like, he's a proven veteran. He just turned 35 last month, June 12th. Like, he's a very good perimeter defender. He could shoot. He could space out the floor. He's a champion last year with the Boston Celtics, and then he's won one with the Milwaukee Bucks, I believe. What was it, like 2021-22 season, right? After the Lakers won the championship in 2019-2020, like, he's helped. Like, he's been a big part of Team USA. Like, he's a blue chip player, and he's still one of the elite, guard defenders in the league. And there's a possibility of him, dropping off the next couple seasons. Like, obviously he's not the same player. I mean, his stats showed you. Like, if you look at the metrics and the statistics, then you'll see from 2024, 2025. But I honestly wouldn't do Rui Hachimura straight up for, Robert Williams. Like, I just wouldn't. I know Rui Hachimura, he's making around $18.2 million. He has 1 more year left on his deal. While Robert Williams, he's making around $13.2 million. His salary would work. However, a team like Portland, they could really use, a player like Rui Hachimura. You probably have to give him Maxwell Kleber and Dalton Knecht because he's making around $4 million. Like, you have to use it in order for the contracts to work and have the deal go through. But I think it's, very necessary. And also, Gabe Vincent and Dalton Knecht can pretty much work. However, I don't think Portland would really want Gabe Vincent because they already have Damian Lillard. They got Scoot Henderson. You got Delonte Bannon. You got Caleb Love. Unless they're looking to route Gabe Vincent to another team, like, that's the only way. Like, are you going to want another, point guard on their team? Maybe they do use Dalton Knecht. Like, they could use more shooting floor spacing. And he's young. He's only like 24 years of age. Like, he's probably already hit his ceiling. It's not as high as his, floor. But obviously there is another option. We could get Rob Williams and Matisse Thybulle. I'm pretty sure he's like less 6'5", like he's a stationary, small forward. But he's not really tall for his position because small forwards and, power forwards are usually listed at least, 6'7", 6'8". I'm pretty sure he can even play shooting guard. Like, he could play multiple positions. Like, he's best, I'm pretty sure, at the 3. But you're probably going to have to give up maybe Rui Hachimura and Maxwell Kleber just in order for the trade to go down. But Rob Williams, he's young. He's 27 years of age. Like, he's athletic. Dalton Knecht, he did participate in a pre-draft workout with the Portland Trailblazers. It was a workout heavily publicized on the Blazers' social media channel, last year. In fact, he was the first prospect who was projected to at least be, if not a top 10 draft pick, to work out with the Blazers before the upcoming 2024 NBA draft. Obviously, he fell to the Lakers at pick 17 because of his age. Like, he's 24. Like, he probably already hit his ceiling. Like, his floor is not as high. And you got Donovan Clegan at pick 7. Like, he's younger. He's 21 years of age. And he's going to be the starting center. So it's going to take a lot more time. At least they have more time in their hands to work and grow and develop him. And the Lakers are just not very good at developing young players. We're good at drafting players. I mean, obviously the Lakers have made mistakes before in the draft, like Jalen Vecino and drafting Max Lewis in the second round. But the Lakers have took chances. Like, they gamble. Like, it's a risk when you're getting a player through the draft. But Donovan Clegan was obviously the 7th overall pick. The Portland Trailblazers, they did have the 14th overall pick, but they ended up, trading for Bob Carrington immediately, but he got traded to, the Washington Wizards in exchange for, Danny Avdija. He's a former Washington Wizards, but Dalton Knecht was pretty much seen as a potential target for them, and he did spoke, to the media after his workouts, and it was mentioned in the second individual workout in the pre-draft, process. So Lakers fans, NBA fans in general, you guys let me know in the comment section, how do you guys feel about Robert Williams III? Would you guys welcome him with open arms on the Los Angeles Lakers? Like, he's a very elite rim protector. Like, he's an elite, but in the minutes that he's played, he's not a good rim protector. But like I said, elite. Like, when you look at his blocks, like, per possession, he's not a good rim protector. But like I said, elite. He could switch into small guards. Like, I've seen him guard perimeter players before. Like, he's mobile. He's athletic. Like, he has the agility. And I'm pretty sure he could defend in space. But like, you got Luka Doncic, however, you got LeBron James, Austin Reeves. Like, they're going to set him up. Like, he's athletic. He's a vertical lob threat, so you could jump high in the air because you're going to have, the playmakers to do so. But that's what I really got for today's video. Let me know in the comment section if you guys disagree with my take. Do you guys agree with it? Do you guys like this trade coming from Jake Weinbach? However, like I said, this is just, speculation. This is just a fun discussion to be had and talk about. But we're looking at things that are really realistic, like what's available, like what is going to be the asking price, going to come down to the cost, because we all know 29 or if not 30 teams don't want to help the Los Angeles Lakers. But I don't think the Lakers are as desperate at the center position now that we got DeAndre Ayton off the buyout. Like, if the Lakers didn't get DeAndre Ayton, because either between the Lakers and the Indiana Pacers, but obviously they did lowball Miles Turner, and he signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. They had to stretch Damian Lillard's contract to waive him to make room, so that's why they did it. And obviously the Phoenix Suns did match the qualifying offer, because I know the Indiana Pacers were going to sign him, but like, they didn't get him, so I'm not really surprised he was linked to them this offseason. But he chose the Lakers because of Luka Doncic being in the same draft class in 2018. DeAndre Ayton did come from the University of Arizona Wildcats. He was the number 1 overall pick, while Luka Doncic was a 3rd overall pick. So that made some sense. And I know people want to say he's soft, he's this and that, etc. He doesn't really have a high motor. He doesn't show up to workouts, like practices, and him being in airplanes and stuff like that. Like, he won't show up. Like, he has a bad attitude. So he needed a new change of scenery, a new direction, and him going to the Los Angeles Lakers would really change that. Hopefully, like, if he doesn't perform like the first 15 games of the season, I know lots of Lakers fans are just gonna want him out of here. Like, not everybody is made for the bright lights. Like, not everybody can play under the pressure of LA, right? But he's gonna look good under Luka Doncic. Like, he has a nice soft touch around the rim. He can pick and pop. Like, he's a lob threat. He's not a great rim protector, but he's at least serviceable. He gave you around like 14-11 for the Portland Trailblazers. And keep in mind, you already got the chemistry with him and Robert Williams. And then you got Marcus Smart. He just got bought out from the Washington Wizards. So he already has chemistry with Jake Relavia. And then that plays a factor. So you already add, the pieces on the Lakers team. So I don't believe the Lakers are done. Maybe this is the roster that they go with, assuming there's just no changes and they go with this, in training camp and into the regular season. But I am hoping that the Lakers can make a trade, like I'm praying. But like I said, no trade is better than a bad trade. But that's all I got for today's video. I know it wasn't, how I wanted the video to go. I wanted it to be, shorter, because I didn't want to, make a whole video just break it down everything about Robert Williams, since I already did that yesterday. But it might be even longer than what it is. But it is what it is. And yeah, man, the links will be down in the description once again. And I definitely, love you guys. And I'm out of your piece. Cheers.